Hi guys. I was just reading. I kind of got the day off from driving because some documents needed to be updated. And so I was going about my day, and long story short, I started to read Autobiography of a Yogi, and I was reading about Yukteswar and Paramahansa Yogananda's early days together. And while flipping through the book, then I found a page of, or an image of Paramahansa Yogananda meditating in the doorway of a crumbling tower that used to be a favorite nook for seclusion. And all of a sudden his third eye just whoosh, and I just fell over for a second, and I was sitting like this for a while, and it was just intense vibrational messages, constant, and it's a matter of breaking through some of those messages or those it's like a whole sentence is sent in a single vibration, and those vibrations ring with my sensory or my ability to receive, and then I have to translate the message into words or thoughts versus it just being, because sometimes when it happens I just go, yeah, wow, okay, but then to turn it into words and then into thoughts, words, takes a moment sometimes. And it was basically just them saying, you've been kept your whole life, and you're building a tribe of all of these people who will all work together, and we are going to help to change the world, and the masters are going to do this through me. And I was reading in the book, and it was saying that, scriptural study is not necessarily the same as spiritual advancement, and the rishis would write, single sentences that people would look over and study for centuries. And they said, what more strong of a phrase than God is, or just God. And I was thinking, well, in my brain, right, like I said, what of music and poetry and all of these different methods of bringing things to people, and then I thought, well, it's not about the music or the poetry, it's about the source of those. It's not about the paint of the picture that we paint, but it's about the source of that paint. It's about who created the paint, and then why is the paint not okay in its container, and how many hands has this paint touched before it got to me, and what is the truth behind the paint, and what is, and there are all these things about the paint and all these questions that I have, and I want to paint with this paint, but I need to understand the paint first and understand where the paint comes from. And I think that's the whole thing is, we have these scriptures and these books of wisdom for us to draw wisdom and insight from, but unless we delve back and back and back, and instead of a whole sentence we say, okay, what's the truth behind the sentence, and then what's the truth behind that? God is God, silence, or Om, or the pause, and so all of these messages are just downloading through me, and I don't know if I'll post this or not. It might just be a personal diary, but regardless, I just had the download from Paramahansa Yogananda's frequency while he was meditating, that I can tap into their frequency at any time, especially if it hits me in spurts at this point, but I have the ability to tune my radio of a brain into the frequency of the masters, and to learn and discern how to maneuver this world until I can completely merge with divine, and that I'm right on track, I'm always kept, I'm right on time, regardless of previous messages. I'm right on time, and they've been keeping me my whole life. They knew where my karmic threads would go, and I've developed very well, magnificently, and I am so honored for this and so ready to continue. And Om Shanti Shanti, just Om love, Amen.